I never thought that I would have to make a video about this, but I also never thought that I would ever see a video like this in order for me to react to it. So let's talk about it. So while I was on my laptop like a couple of days ago, I was looking for a film to watch, and I actually am in the process of watching The Iron Claw. Going through, I always take a peek on YouTube just to see what's going on, what people are talking about. I guess there's this thing now. The actual situation happened like 2 months ago. Reactions just started to pop up for me after I started watching a certain channel, and just listen for yourself.
Okay, so y'all, story time. So y'all, please tell me if I'm wrong. So today this dude wrote me on Instagram and he was like, can I send you money? Let me send you money for lunch. So I was like, okay. I wrote him back and I was like, send it. So he wrote me and was like, okay, what's your Cash App? So I sent him the Cash App. Yeah, I just knew I was finna open my Cash App and I was finna have at least probably about $100. You get what I'm saying? Because like, that's, I eat and that's how much I spend on my food. Yeah, I opened my Cash App and this man sent me $30. Yeah, yes, $30. And I'm just like, at first I'm like, damn, like, am I ungrateful? Like, am I fucked up? Like, the feeling like, why the fuck would you send me $30? But then I had to ask people and they was like, nah, because I'm like, $30 is not even half a tank in my car. Like, what the fuck you thought I was going to go to Chick-fil-A? Like, I mean, I'm trying to figure out what did you think I was gonna eat? It's like,
so I'm not under the impression that there is a certain amount of money that a man has to send a girl, especially a girl that he either doesn't know or is just starting to date. I'm not thinking that we're out here making these demands of guys and calling them inadequate for not sending a certain amount of money. And so from that story, from that girl that decided to post it, I want to say on TikTok, because everybody posts their degeneracy on TikTok, a group of women on YouTube decided to take this story and ask it amongst themselves. And this is the question that they decided to ask amongst themselves.
Should women be grateful for whatever a man sends?
So when I initially did this reaction, because this is my second time doing this reaction. The first time was like later on the day, like a couple of days ago. And I was looking crazy. Me looking at myself now with the sun beaming, because it's like 7:30 in the morning compared to when I was going to actually do this episode, which was going to be at like 6 p.m. I was like, I need to be refreshed. I have a nice coffee and I bought some water, because this one was a doozy. Now, most people don't know, or maybe they could assume, and they would be right. Black women are not the most positively veered in the world, okay? Not saying that people don't find this attractive, but from what you see on social media, the ones that are the loudest, we don't tend to look favorable to certain people when it comes to relationships. Rightfully so. It's the same equivalent as when you see black people robbing stores and doing criminal acts. They kind of put a bad look on other black people that look similar to them, because when you see a lot of people doing a thing and they all look the same, you have to be on guard and assume that the next person that looks like that person is going to do the same thing. It's just common sense. A lot of people like to veer it as racism, but I use it as common sense. These women were on this podcast, and I was actually trying to find this actual podcast itself. The channel, like the name of the podcast, I couldn't find. It was actually under a totally different channel name. I think it's like a bunch of shows that they just put on this one channel, but this particular one episode I couldn't find. And sometimes when it comes to videos on YouTube that get a lot of flack, like a lot of people are reacting to it and probably have a lot of negative things to say about it, they tend to private the video in order for them to skirt their way out of explaining themselves. I'm watching it and I'm listening to these women say what they're saying. And I'm thinking in my head, this has to be like a gag. Like, these women are definitely joking. Like, no one's taking this seriously. But then come to find out, these women are dead ass serious about the things that they're saying.
Whatever he gives,
Absolutely not. It's a thing.
Be grateful for whatever
let's just
say it's 30. We're gonna say 30. We're gonna give the 30.
So he knows I'm going to lunch.
He knows you're
He
going to
knows
lunch.
my vibe. He knows how I like to move, and he only sent $30. Now I have to move in a way where he knows what I like and what I expect and what I do for myself.
They have a thing of, oh, you should be grateful for whatever he can do. No, you shouldn't. Absolutely not. He's not going to be my boyfriend, number one. But if I'm talking to him, next time I'm out and he says, oh, you need something for lunch, I'm going to tell him, it's okay, somebody already sent me $100.
Also, $100? I was very annoyed watching this. One, because you have men out here doing things for women that they don't have to do. And from the way the girl was talking about the guy, they might have not even been going out that long. So this must be a really new relationship, or just a new budding relationship. So the fact that he sends her $30 is a good reason to be grateful. As a matter of fact, it was very confusing as to why that was the topic. Should a woman be grateful? Should a woman be grateful for something that a person gave to them that they didn't have to give? Common sense people in the world would say yes. I would say yes. I should be very grateful. This man has given me money to have lunch, something that I would not have had unless he gave it to me. Like now I'm able to go somewhere and have $30 left in my pocket because he decided to go out of his way and give me money. Yeah, I would assume that I would be grateful because he didn't have to do it. It's not like he owes me this. But then the entitlement starts to come in. And here's the thing that comes with women that look like this. It makes it harder for the rest of us that are normal individuals that are just roaming the world, trying to live our lives and just be good people. You have people that come on the scene making themselves way more important than they actually are. You can't argue your point, which is why you can't find the episode anywhere. And the people that have been reacting to your take on this whole situation seem to have more common sense than you.
Oftentimes I get questions from older people that don't quite understand the dating culture as it exists today, and they just don't get why it is so difficult for young men to be dating. The pure and utter entitlement culture that has been bred out of this degeneracy as permeated within the culture. We are legitimately living in a world where dating in the West is dealing with women with mindsets just like this.
But then you have women like this that say that $30 is not enough and the guy should have given her $100.
It's better, like you said, instead of throwing a fit and oh my God, and going on the internet, this nigga did this, that, and the third. It's better to just show him what real men are doing.
Yeah. If we're being completely honest, me in that situation, handling it with grace, thank you so much, baby. I'm so appreciative. I'm gonna still take a picture of that bill and I'm gonna send it to him. Thank you for the 30. That was the tip. Here's the bill. What's up?
And then you paid it by yourself. All you handled was the tip. That's what you need to know.
I'm gonna wait for that Apple Pay, baby. I'm gonna wait for the ride.
You not good.
Sometimes, every now and then, I hear things and I'm like, this is why I hate people. Somebody will turn around and say some dumb shit and they'll say it amongst a bunch of seals. So everybody's in agreement to what's going on, even though what they're saying makes absolutely no sense. And the echo chamber is going to allow this to be okay because this is what all the women think.
Waiting on that Apple Pay to ching through.
No, but that's a huge topic to where everybody want to keep women humble. Why would you come to a woman, not saying this is me or anybody, but a woman making $100,000, she go out to lunch and she spend $150 on herself. Why would you go to her and say, oh, well, a man, he took her to Applebee's. He can't afford where she wants to go, so she should just be grateful for that.
You
no,
can't
she
afford
shouldn't.
that woman.
So the lady was talking about how, because when I go out for lunch, I have an appetizer, entree, and dessert, and 2 cocktails.
When I go and eat, I eat full course meals. Like I order a appetizer, a entree, and a dessert and a drink. That can't even get me 2 drinks. Like, what the fuck?
And I was like, ma'am, excuse me, ma'am. And some restaurants actually offer like prefixed meals. So you can get a prefixed meal for dinner or lunch. Dinner is usually the 3-course meal where you get an appetizer, entree, and dessert. But lunch is either appetizer and entree or entree and dessert. You don't get all 3 because no one's out here eating 3-course meals during goddamn lunch. So when the lady said that, I was like, you're bullshitting and you just putting on because your friends are here. Like, I don't even know who these women are. Like, I thought they were personalities. I think they just have regular ass jobs because someone said that they go to work. It seemed like they were just regular women, just work 9-to-5 jobs and they go out and eat very expensively for no reason. Everybody has the right to do whatever the hell they want when it comes to the food and drinks that they eat. But my problem comes when a guy is giving you money that just met you, you're just starting out dating, and you have a problem with the amount that he's giving you. Not the fact that he gave you it, the amount. And some woman even said if it was a certain amount of money that was equivalent to the amount of money I was spending, that she would return the money back.
Now,
Right.
I'm going to accept it. I'm going to accept the 30. 30 is probably kind of like my threshold.
Yeah.
Because if my meal is $17.99 and you send me $17.99, I'm going to send that back. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not being I'm just not going to be grateful and thankful for anything. Like, you're going to, don't play
I'm
with
gonna
me.
heart the message.
Yeah.
I'm gonna heart it. That's it.
Do not play with me.
And it's like really ridiculous though, because I'm thinking in my head, you don't have to broadcast this on social media. Like, you don't have to make a video about this on TikTok and YouTube. Like, let's say you are a person that has very high class taste and the guy gives you $30. He thinks that's reasonable because in an everyday person's world, $30 for lunch is reasonable. I'm in Wawa's right now. For breakfast, I normally have a coffee because I don't really eat a lot. I can get a coffee and then a water for like $3 or $4. Lunch, I can get a club sandwich, And if I want to throw a cocktail in it, I'm spending upwards of $12. Man, like I said, there's certain restaurants, like really nice restaurants that have prefix meals. You can finagle that. Just say thank you and move on. We don't need to know that money didn't go towards the food and it just went towards gas. Like, I'm just so confused. Like, taste and tact and just being a decent individual is lost amongst people nowadays. And it's kind of annoying too, because it's like, these are not ugly women. And not that it would make it even worse if they were ugly, but it's just like, you see women that are pretty and you want to do good by them because, women need to be treated well. And then they say shit like this that make you rethink everything you ever thought you knew about dealing with women.
I mean, I go to the storehouse and spend it on pickled eggs and hot sausages. Hot sausages
right,
are
we can
dollars
still, we're not saying we can't eat with the 30, but
so I will accept it.
It's just really annoying that someone would feel like it's okay for them to say this out loud. Like, and put it on camera, put this guy on blast. Like, they didn't say a name, but it's just really bad to know that you could be a guy doing a good deed. You could be out here being a nice person, and then someone turns around and then shits on the good deed that you did that you didn't have to do. Thank you, babe. I appreciate it, and then moved on. I didn't have to talk about it. In an everyday person's mind, that's totally fine. Like, I don't know. Nowadays, with women making a lot of money, I guess this is where it's coming from. There's a lot of entitlement. How dare he give me this amount when I deserve this amount? Like, I'm so confused. You have a job? You can afford your little high-class meals and all this, lunches. Just because this is what you are all about doesn't mean that he has to abide by this thing that you're all about, because that is a lifestyle choice. Also, who's out here having $100 lunches? Why is the amount so bad? Because you expected 3 times the amount. Why are you expecting something out of a person that's doing something out of the kindness of their heart? I hate people. Even being in Florida, I honestly just I don't get it. I don't know how some people are like living amongst people. People are the worst. It was first the driving for me that I'll never get over. Florida drivers are the worst. And I mean South Florida drivers. I don't know if it's because of all the illegals. People just get used to the bad driving. So they're just like, you can't beat them, join them. And then you encounter these people like as they're driving and going into stores. And it's like, y'all just really out here just doing anything. And it's bad because I don't hate Florida. I just hate South Florida. But then you listen to the mindset of people that live out here, and there is a lot of entitlement here. People believe that they deserve so much while giving so little. And it's so appalling, because it's like, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you right now, and I'm seeing how you operate in the world. What the hell is going on? When I saw that, I was like, you know what? I have to talk about this, either on my podcast or on my YouTube, and I'm probably going to do both. This was something that I found on YouTube, so thus I needed to talk about it. Also, you'll see a guy in the corner of the video, and this was the only video I was able to find. It was from a channel called Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews, and he was the only channel that had the reaction. And I was able to see and hear everything from the girls with his commentary. And like little by little, I might insert his opinions in it. First off, who's out here just giving girls, just regular girls, just money for food? That just seems like something that people are trying to keep up with the Joneses with. This amount of money and this jewelry and this purse and this trip. And I'm just like, would I be appreciative if someone did that for me? Of course. The idea that you said thank you to his face and then talk shit about him behind his back is kind of conniving. Like, it's like not a good thing. And it's just like, this is why women like them will stay single, but then women like me are going to have to work harder, because if I did myself up, I can look just like those girls, and then people are going to judge me because of those girls. It's not fair, but life ain't fair. You can just talk about it, and hopefully people understand not every woman thinks like that. If someone gives me $20, $30, $15 for a lunch, I'm appreciative, because you didn't have to give me anything. We all have bills to pay. We all have responsibilities in life. And the mere fact that you went into your own wallet, sent me money, something that you didn't have to do, yeah, I'm gonna be very appreciative. That's not even an argument. That's not even that. I don't even know why this is even a discussion. It doesn't even make sense. But let me know in the comments below what you guys thought, because I'd be very intrigued to read what you guys think. But this one had to be talked about, honestly, because we have to set the record straight as far as what people expect when it comes to women and Black women in the modern day. While some are ridiculous beyond belief, there are some of us that literally are very appreciative of the things that people do for us. And we're not like the louder ones that you see on social media. Like, we're not all like that. It's just that those are the louder ones, thus people remember those a lot more. It is what it is. I get it. I have a podcast where I share my life as a content creator, traveling the US and meeting interesting people along the way. I post up there pretty frequently, so definitely follow that, and don't forget to rate us if you love it. 5 stars would be amazing. And if you enjoy my videos and my channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you're always notified about the new videos that I have coming out. I love you all, and I hope to see you all in the next video.